Hey, what's up you guys, Megan here. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I've been organizing my brand new Day Designer planner. So this is the planner that I got. It's a part of the Day Designer / Target collaboration, and I really love this planner because it's super cute and it was also super affordable. I got the horizontal layout because that's what personally works best for me, but Target also has the normal daily version and also the vertical version. I really hope that you guys enjoy the video, and if you guys want to see some tips and tricks that I've been using to organize my planner, then just keep watching. So first off, I have a couple categories that I'm going to be dividing these tips up into: general tips, monthly planner tips, and weekly planner tips. So the weekly doesn't necessarily apply to all of the Day Designer brand agendas, but they do apply to pretty much every other brand of agenda, so I thought that that would be good to add in there too. So my first general tip is just make a plan that works for you and stick to it. Now, by plan, I mean plan of how you're organizing your agenda. I personally don't color code everything, and I also don't decorate my planner like some people do for hours on end with stickers or anything, just because I don't really have time for that. If that's what works for you, then go ahead, go for it. Ultimately, this is your planner, so you should organize it the way that works for you best. So another tip that I have is kind of more how I keep track of everything, and that's to sit down once a month or maybe twice a month or before semester or before school starts. I already did this for my agenda for like all of the school holidays and stuff. Just sit down, look at a calendar. Maybe it's a school calendar like where you have school holidays, or maybe it's a family calendar with appointments and stuff. Just write down anything you know is upcoming. Also, when your teacher gives you a syllabus at the beginning of a semester or the year, write down all the dates if they give you any on the syllabus immediately when you get back from class, just because this will keep you organized the rest of the year and also won't let you forget dates. So my next tip is to just use a binder clip or a paper clip to hold your place in your agenda. And if your agenda is like mine, it will have the tabs, but it won't have the tabs for like week 1 of August. So if I want to find like week 1 of August, like you have to flip, and it can get a bit tedious the further you get into the year, so I just like to use a paper clip or a binder clip to hold my weekly spot. Another tip is to use stickers and washi tape to make things more fun. Now, when I plan, I really don't go crazy with the stickers or washi, and whenever I use it in the monthly. I don't really daily plan like with a bunch of stickers or anything, but I just have this huge roll of washi tape from Staples, I think, and it was like $3, and I've had it forever. And then I have just some old Lily stickers, because I used to get Lily planners every single year for the past like 3 or 4 years, and I've just collected these, and they're almost out, but I like to use these in the monthly view. So my next tips are for the monthly calendar, and my first tip is to, as soon as you get your list of classes or you get your planner, whatever, just make a list of everything and anything you can think of that you might have an event for. So for me, I have personal, like I have all my classes, so that's 7 more things, cross-country meets, school stuff, like everything like that, and then decide on like what color you're going to associate that with. Now for me, I only have 12 pens, so I did have to combine some things. So like I combined personal and birthdays into one, which is this light blue color, or I combined cross-country and school into one color, which is now a dark purple. Just things like that. Start to associate those colors as soon as possible whenever you get your planner, just so that by the time you get into your first month of planning or so, it's second nature. You already know what the colors are, and it's just a lot easier when planning. So probably one of my biggest tips that really has worked well for me is to color code the monthly view. Now, I used to try and color code the daily view. More into that later. It just didn't work out. I couldn't maintain it. But color coding the monthly, especially if you have big handwriting like me, it prevents you from writing French test, and all you have to write is test in the correct color. I really like this system. It has worked really well for me, and as soon as you start to associate those colors in your head, it's just a lot easier to write it in the color instead of writing out the word, which sounds super lazy, but it's good. So now into some weekly calendar tips. My first tip is to use pencil for the weekly calendar. Not only because it's erasable and super easy to use, but also so I don't have to have 12 pens out when I'm trying to just write down my homework real quick. this is just a lot easier for me, and I recommend it to any students who need to be planning pretty quickly. So another tip that I have is kind of more for high school or college students who really use their laptops a lot, because I know paper planning, like, it's not always the most convenient thing. So the thing that I like to do, we get a laptop provided by school, so I actually download this Google Chrome extension called Momentum, which is awesome. It really helps me to streamline like my goals and my daily to-do list. And I just write down all of my homework there, and then usually around 4th period when we have a study hall, or even when I get home, I will transfer my homework to my planner in the order that like my classes are, just so I don't have to write French dash. I just write like 2, and it's class number 2. I really like writing down my homework in 2 places just because it really makes sure that you have all the information that you need about your homework, and also helps you to start prioritizing. Which is actually my next tip. Next tip is to prioritize, because I like to write in the order of my classes just so I don't have to write out the name of my classes, and then I like to number them next to it in the order that I do it. Usually I do start with the hardest thing just because it gets it done, and by the time you're done with that, like, everything else is easier, everything else is quicker, like, it's just a lot easier for me. But if you're one of those people who like have a tough time getting into things, then I recommend starting with an easier task or one that you know you can do quickly. This tip kind of seems like a given, but it's seriously so gratifying, which is either check off or cross off things when you're done with them. I honestly love the feeling of checking off something that you've been working on forever, or even just something to check off your to-do list. It's the greatest feeling, and it really helps you to stay motivated. If you're like me and some days you have nothing and other days you have all the things, I like to use a post-it note for some extra space for a to-do list. In the Day Designer, they have the to-do list over here on the horizontal one, but they also have the schedule on the left, and sometimes I fill that up with to-dos too. But if that's all filled up, I also like to use a post-it just to give me some extra space. Alright guys, that's it for the video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I love compiling all of these tips and tricks that I've used over the years into this video, and if you did like it, give it a thumbs up or even subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!